Andrei Chikatilo, born 16 October 1936, was probably the Soviet Union's most prolific serial killer. He sexually assaulted, murdered and mutilated at least 52 women and children between 1978 and 1990. When you go into the history of Chikatilo, you will learn that he was a very shy young man, and the fact that he suffered from chronic impotence didn't help his self-image at all, and it only fueled his self-hatred. His first documented murder was in September of 1978, and the unfortunate victim, a 9-year-old girl, Yelena Zartovnova, in a secret house that he bought without his wife's knowledge. After this, his bloodlust stopped for 3 years before he killed again, and this didn't stop until he was caught on the 6th of November 1990. You know, it's scary when you think that people like this existed and still exist to this day, and how some people just don't have a respect for life. Andrei Chikatilo was a bad man. He was a terrible man, and he got what he deserved. And his story has been well documented over the years. There's a lot of documentaries that you can find. Especially this movie, the Citizen X, that I want to talk about, came out in 1995, starred Donald Sutherland, Stephen Rea, Max von Sydow, Jeffrey DeMunn, and it's such a well-told story about what Andrei Chikatilo was and what he did. I mean, this man got away with murder for 8 years. He killed 52 people, children, young women. And just because of something that happened in his life. I mean, yes, nobody wants to be chronically impotent in their teens. It's something that happened. But did it give him the reason to do what he did? I don't think so. It doesn't justify anything. You can't take a bad situation that happens to you and then start taking it out on other people. It's not right. That's not how it works, at least in my mind. But this movie is such a great eye-opener to the world of a serial killer. I mean, he's probably one of the worst serial killers that I've ever read about, Andrei Chikatilo. And as I said previously, he got away with so much for so long. He was actually caught early on in his murder career, if you want to call it that. But because of pride and incompetence, he was set free again, and he was just, let loose on the world again to continue his killing, which is bad. This could have stopped so much earlier on. I mean, 8 years, my friends, he got away with murder. His main modus operandi: he preyed on the weak, he preyed on the slow. He picked up people mainly from train stations around the Rostov area in Russia, and promising them candy, bubblegum, cigarettes, alcohol, whatever. Took them into the woods and basically mutilated and killed them. Sometimes he bit off parts of their genitalia, he removed the breasts. Mostly he stabbed his victims because he got sexual pleasure out of it. That was the only way for Andrei Chikatilo to achieve a sexual high, is by stabbing his victims, But the movie follows Detective Borakov, played by Stephen Rea, to try and track down this killer. But he has a very hard time because he doesn't get a lot of support from his superiors. They deny the existence of serial killers, and this is only a Western phenomenon, and he's not allowed to publicize the case. He's not allowed to call in some outside help from the FBI. And it's a sad movie because you can feel his character's frustration and you can see it. He plays this part to a T. And eventually, when they start getting a little bit of momentum, like I said, they eventually catch up and they catch Chikatilo. And they bring him to justice for the crimes that he did. But you guys should really seek out this movie. It is out there, you can find it. Citizen X came out 1995. And learn a bit more about people that you think, again, are normal. And they look like the average Joe on the street. Like I said, luckily this man was caught, he was brought to justice, and he got what he deserved. But if you want to see a good depiction of a serial killer movie, check out Citizen X. But I hope you enjoyed this video and this little bio of a man called Andrei Chikatilo. It's a good watch, my friends, and it's a good eye-opener. Out there, it's a dangerous world. So, as I always say, my dear friends, keep well, be safe, and enjoy the fear. See you soon, friends. Cheers.